simplify your life. When you're doing the same repetitive tasks over and over, you can actually teach Excel to do them for you, so you don't have to do it. My name's Randall Kern, Excel Genius. Today is Wednesday, November 9th, 2016. Just before we begin, I want to let you know that you can go to our website, www.excelgenius.co/training, to download the example files. I'm going to actually put this final version on the website today, and I'm also going to put this basic version that I'm starting with here. So I'm going to go to our invoice sheet here that I've already created, and this is just an example worksheet. What we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to create a macro to apply a discount to an invoice. That's our problem, and we're going to show you the solution to it. To get started, I need you to enable your developer tab. Now, if this isn't already enabled in your version of Excel, it's very simple to add. From your home menu or any other menu on this ribbon here, we can go ahead and right click and do customize the ribbon. You just need to be in a gray area here that you're not selecting a button. So once we've gone to that customize the ribbon, you'll notice that when you first install Excel, developer is actually unchecked. So you'll notice that it's not actually existent on here. Again, I'm just going back to the customize the ribbon. All you do is click that button to check it and press OK. Simple, easy, no problems. So once you have that, we're going to go to our developer tab now. Now we're going to create buttons that will apply a certain discount, and those discounts are going to be 5, 10, and 20%. So we're going to just go ahead and click insert on here. We're going to click the button, and we're just going to drag one in there. Now I don't have any macros assigned yet because we haven't created any, so I'm just going to hit cancel on that. So our button is now there. I'll make it a little bigger, a little more appealing here, and we're going to just rename this, recaption it actually to 5% discount. Oops, got my caps lock on. Okay, easy enough, right? So now we're just going to go ahead and copy that button. We're going to paste another one, and this one's going to be a 10% discount. And we're going to copy that. Now, you notice that I'm not aligning these very well, but I'll show you how to do that in a second here. And this one's going to be a 20% discount. Okay, and we said we were going to have a clear button so that there's no discount applied. So we're going to just put clear discount on this one. Okay, so to get these aligned, all I'm going to do is hold my control key down. I'm going to click on the button, and then I'm going to click on the next one. While my control key is still held, click on the next one until they're all selected, keeping that control key held until they all are. Now you notice up here we have our drawing tools. We can go into our format here, and we can just go to our align button over here and say we want to align these on the left. Now they're all aligned. We can also go into that align, and we could say distribute vertically. So that just makes sure that there's an even gap in between each of those. And it's just more of something to make this appeal better to you. All right, so we've done that piece of it. So now let's get into how to record the macro, and I'm going to show you how very simple this is. So what we're going to do, you can either start with this button down here. In the newer versions of Excel, you actually have a record macro button down here, or you can go into your developer tab and you can click on the record macro button here. And I'm going to use that just for the sake of argument. So I'm going to put, this one is going to be called discount 5. That's all I'm going to put in there. I'm going to press OK. And we're going to click on this discount field, which is actually IJ because we have a merged field, and it's the row 11. So in here, we're just going to type in the number 5, put the percent symbol in, and I'm going to hit Control and Enter to stay on that field, just so that you can see that I've got 5% in that. That's the value of it. Now we're going to go to this IJ, because they're merged again, row 24, and we're going to type in there equals sum, and start our parenthesis. We're going to go with the subtotal times this discount percent. And again, I'm just going to press Control Enter so you can stay on this line and see what it's done. So it's put in the sum IJ, or I-23 times I-11, which is equivalent to what we just put in. So, that being done, remember, when you're in this recording, every keystroke you make is going to be recorded, and Excel is going to remember what you did. So just be very careful. If you have any errors, you may want to go back, delete it, and try again. Just because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll end up clicking in another cell on accident, and then my macro takes a little longer to run. Not a big deal for what we're doing today, but it can be a very big deal when you're using very long macros and even combining some of them together, which we'll go into in later sessions. Okay, so now we're going to open up our Visual Basic editor. Now what we've done is we've just created a module in our workbook that has this formula encoded in it. So you can see that we have this section here. It's called modules. We're going to open up module 1, and you can see that it's discount 5 is the name of it. Sub is just the start of the Visual Basic code. That just starts it out. Then you give it a name, and you can see that it's actually added this discount 5 macro as a comment. We can go further into this. It's just a comment. Excel, this doesn't slow or speed up your code at all. Excel just completely ignores anything that's in these comment fields. So in here we could put apply 5% discount to invoice. And that just tells the person who's looking at this code exactly what you tried to do here. So you can see what it's done here is it's taken range I11 to J11, which is that field that we had over here, I11, J11, so I, J11. And it's saying select that field. And then from that, it's saying take that selection, and we want that selection to equal 5%. Now this formula R1C1 is a different way of looking at Excel, and I'm not even going to go into why it says that, and I'm not even going to read you why it says this down here. We'll do that in a later lesson. It's actually just a different way of looking at the rows and columns rather than going through them and figuring out the exact location. You can actually say, I want the row to be this and this far away from this row. So I'm not going to go any further into that. We'll discuss that in a later lesson, but because we recorded this, that Excel is creating this for us. So, so we have that 5% in there. So from that, it's saying now we want to select the range I24 to J24, and then it's going to put in this funky formula that is exactly what we typed. It's just in that R1C1 format. So from there, we're just going to copy this. Once you have that copied, we're just going to I'm doing Control-C to copy that, and then I'm going to go down just an extra line, doesn't matter. You want to be under this N sub because that's where the macro stopped here. We're just going to hit Control-V to paste, or you can right-click and paste, whatever is easiest for you. And wherever we're going to do this, we're going to change this to be our 10% discount, so we're going to change discount to 5. We're going to change the discount 5 macro to discount 10. I'm sorry, I said 5 up there, it's 10. And we're going to say apply a 10% discount to it. And really the only other thing we have to do that is take this 5% here, we want to change that to 10. It's as easy as that. We're going to go down and do one more for 20%. So we have our discount 5, now we want to say discount 20. If I can get to the right field here, this is embarrassing. And we're going to put discount 20 there. Again, apply 20% discount, change this from 5 to 20. And we're done with that. Now you can just simply close this window once you're done with it. And then we just have to record one more macro to say we want to clear that discount. So we're going to go ahead and start a recording here, and we're going to put discount CLR as the title here, or as the name. We're going to go ahead and press OK. Now we want to select this cell because we want to make sure that Excel knows where we're at, and then we're going to delete that 5% out of there. And I'm just hitting the delete key on my keyboard, And then we're going to go down to this discount line, and we're going to click on that and press delete as well. Once we have that in there, we're just going to go ahead and hit stop, and now you've got your clear discount. Now if we open up that Visual Basic editor, you can click on the button here for Visual Basic, or you can hit F11. It's going to bring us back to this, and you can see that now we have this discount clear macro in there and exactly what it did. So it's saying, okay, so you select this and you clear the contents. You select this cell and you clear the contents. That's basically all it's doing there. So I'm just going to put another comment in here that says clear all discounts. Okay, so simple enough. We'll close that. Now, the only other thing we have to do is right click on these buttons. So I'm just right clicking on it and I'm going to assign a macro. So this is our 5. So discount 5. Oh, close that. We're going to right click on this, assign macro. This is our 10, discount 10. Right click here, assign macro, discount 20. Right click here, assign macro, and discount clear. Super easy, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in some numbers here. I'm going to get 1 of these and 2 of those and 3 of these. So our total is now $68.94. If I click on this discount button, didn't take it. Okay, so if I click on that discount button now, you can see that the 5% was applied. So $3.45 was the discount. I can click that clear button. You can see that the discount is taken away. Do the same thing with the 10. This is a little easier to see just visually. You can see $68.94. If we move that decimal point over 1, it should be $6.89, which it is. So that one actually worked. And we can just click that 20% button because it's going to override anything in there. We can go through and click all of these different buttons any number of times we want. And we can go back to that discount clear. One other side note here, when you go to save this file, you're going to have a slight issue. I'm going to go ahead and click the save button because you can see I've already named it invoice template. What Excel is going to say to you is there's now a problem with this because you can't save a macro in a macro-free workbook. And we have a Visual Basic project in here. So in order to continue saving this as a macro-free workbook, we click yes, which will remove all the macros that we just created. And we don't want to do that. So you want to go ahead and click no on that. And then you're going to change this where it says Excel Workbook. And this is in our later versions of Excel. You got really picky about how you have to save them. You're going to click on Macro Enabled Workbook. And once you do that, you can see I've already got the final one up here. Then you can go ahead and click Save. And now all of your macros will be recorded or be saved along with this. So anytime you open this up now, you'll have those macros available. I hope you've learned a lot from this course. Again, if you need any assistance with any of this, give me a call. Shoot me an email. Go to my website, excelgenius.co, and have a wonderful Wednesday morning.